The land is so critical to our whole life. It's part of the foundation of life. Our family came here from England in 1865, and the date is easy to remember because the date he landed on the boat in New York, the train carrying Abraham Lincoln passed by them. So from that point on, this farm has gradually accumulated to our family through several purchases by the original family and then passed down from each generation. Uncle Stanley was very dear to us because he was the inheritor. My uncle was putting so much effort and time and investing into the money. He wanted to make sure he had a future here in the farm. So he has always been thinking about long term.
It was important to them, and they made sure that the land was important to us.
To a farmer, the land is part of the family. It is part of their sense of who they are and where they live.
And Uncle Stanley planted a lot of trees, and he wanted to protect it. He wanted people to enjoy the land.
That was instilled with us and children. All of us worked on the farm, lived with my aunt and uncle for extended periods of time.
When it came to the point of what was going to happen to the land, since there was not another generation that would farm the land, and it was, I believe, his love for the land, the preservation of it, and not wanting it to be developed.
It was a long process for them, and a lot of the property in Medina County was being made into houses and developments with very little land for each house.
My uncle was a very dedicated conservationist. He was a farmer. He was very innovative in his exploring ways to farm in harmony with the land, improving the land, improving his herd of dairy cows. And we saw how hard he worked to be the best farmer he could and have the best farm he could. He was very proud of his farm, and we all inherited that pride.
So Medina County Parks came, they reached an agreement that it would remain as it is in park and land, no houses, and the park agreed to maintain the house and the barn.
I will say this about the Medina County Park System. I've been impressed all along. The people he worked with were supportive. They listened in bringing about their dream.
Well, I would tell you, if you're interested in preserving land and conserving it, that they're a wonderful partner in it. You look at the way this park is maintained. It's beautiful. I come back here and it's a joy to come back here and see the land that I traveled on as I was a kid.
They wouldn't have to include us as family in the different things we've done here, but they do. And so it's good to have that collaborative effort and supportive effort.
That is why they chose Medina County Park System, because they worked with them and did exactly what they wanted.
The land is so critical to our whole life. The natural resources that support life on Earth are preserved here in the park by Medina County Park, as well as any good, notable conservation district.